From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
West.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Watch that. Watch that. Watch that. Check 3.
Let's go. Get set.
Watch out. Watch out.
Go. Check. Let it go.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 15 now. Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
That's our ball, baby. That's our ball. Yeah.
Down. 60 yards.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Shift.
On 1st down, it's Robinson. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Let's go now.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Young now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They run. Robinson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Good. 180.
Watch the run. Hey, they're running it.
They'll run on 1st down. Dillon. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try to create a safety. They're going to bring pressure.
And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Kings. Watch the safety. Hey, alert. Hey, Echo. Hurry.
Watch Mike.
Don't let him breathe. Regular. Don't let him.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mayfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
The Patriots send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Seahawks offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team...
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
59. Mike's 59. Watch Delta.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Third down, Young from the gun. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
10.
They'll run here with Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, here's Peyton. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll cut it and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in cap.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Boom. Let's go.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a third down and very long.
Ready? 10, Lobo. Mike's 59.
We own them.
Here is Young. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. A CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run with a Hall of Famer, Peyton. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Yeah. You don't want none.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
To win. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
1st down, Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Kill, kill, kill.
Foxtrot.
20.
Hey.
Young off the play fake. He's going to wind up and air it out. It got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 35.
Get ready.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Going deep here for Allen. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Smoke!
Let's go! I got you!
On third down, Mayfield. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Dillon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. They'll run on first down. Dillon, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Come on, oh.
Hurry, my touch!
From the 38, Mayfield gets this one to Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first down, Dillon. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Dillon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
Here we go, here we go.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Young to throw it. Open man is Uzama. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Young working out the gun. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
31, check 31. Shit, what a
Final play of the half. Young looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Alert, 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 alert.
To throw Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Come on, set. 60 out low.
59.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Charlie.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check.
Shoot up.
They'll try to throw down. Young. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Young. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Pulled in at the 24. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Mike 55.
Hey, let's get it.
To try again after the sack. Mayfield. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Yeah.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England.
Switch.
A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They'll run on first down. Dillon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing, Mayfield. He gets it to Brown, complete. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now on second and 13, Mayfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield now. They go screen with Dillon. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Right there.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That throw by Young incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
Ready.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, it's Young. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Boom! That's how we do it.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And we'll see what he can do on the return. An unbelievable punt there. We're talking 70-plus yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
First down, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for New England. 61 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. All these people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
That he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
Ready up.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Young on third down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 45-yard line. On first and 10, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw again on second down. Young. He's going to launch this thing. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On first down, Dillon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20. Mayfield, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you put yourself in jeopardy.
On third down, Dillon. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
I'm all over you.
Well, not good at all. A punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Young to throw it. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw, Young. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Roquan Smith in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run now with Dillon. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47.
Let's go, baby.
A gain there of 21 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the 46-yard line.
Running it here with Peyton. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love